Voyager 1, an aging probe drifting silently through interstellar space, was never supposed to last this long or go this far. Powered by technology older than your average toaster, Voyager continues to whisper from the darkness. And now, 45 years after it first took flight, it sent back something that no one expected. A discovery so strange, so impossible, it's forcing scientists to rewrite everything they thought they knew about the boundary between our world and the galaxy beyond. Join us on the enigmatic journey of why, as we delve into another mystery surrounding Voyager 1's final signal received just stopped the world. What did Voyager 1 encounter at the edge of the solar system, and why are some researchers comparing it to finding a ghost in the machine? When Voyager 1 launched from Cape Canaveral in 1977, it wasn't meant to go beyond Saturn. It was built for a 5-year mission to study the outer planets, Jupiter and Saturn, and maybe their moons. But even in its earliest encounters, Voyager was rewriting the textbooks. It revealed Io's volcanic fury, Europa's icy shell, and Jupiter's hidden rings, surprises that showed how little we understood about the solar system's outer realms. What began as a mission of months turned into decades. Voyager 1 used gravity assists, ingenious slingshots around planets to gain the speed needed to escape the sun's gravitational grip. It sailed past Saturn's mysterious moon, Titan, and then turned northward, leaving the ecliptic plane and heading into deep space. By 2012, Voyager 1 became the first human-made object to enter interstellar space, crossing a boundary we call the heliopause, the region where the solar wind ends and the galaxy begins. But the further it traveled, the stranger things became. When Voyager 1 crossed the heliopause, scientists expected a sudden shift in the magnetic field. After all, it would be leaving the region governed by our sun and entering one influenced by the broader galactic environment. But that shift never came. The magnetic field stayed nearly identical. The plasma density increased dramatically, confirming that Voyager had indeed crossed into interstellar space, but the direction of the magnetic field remained unchanged, defying decades of theoretical models. This was our first clue that the heliopause isn't a wall, it's a veil. Instead of a clean break, it's a turbulent transition zone with unexpected behaviors. Voyager 2, which crossed into interstellar space in 2018, confirmed this mystery when it experienced the exact same phenomenon. What was supposed to be a defining boundary turned out to be a fluctuating, breathing membrane shaped by invisible forces we still don't fully understand. Some scientists now believe that our solar system is moving through a patch of the galaxy sculpted by ancient supernova explosions, regions where matter has been ionized and reshaped like ripples frozen in time. And Voyager is our first probe to actually feel those ripples firsthand. Now here's where things get even stranger. Voyager 1, drifting more than 14 billion miles from Earth, recently began sending back anomalous signals, data that didn't match any of its previous transmission patterns. At first, engineers assumed it was an instrument failure, a glitch in its aging memory banks. But when they analyzed the timing, the signal patterns, and the context, the reality was far more bizarre. Voyager's instruments were detecting subtle, rhythmic oscillations, almost like a heartbeat. These pulses weren't coming from the spacecraft, they were coming from the space around it. The probe had entered a region where plasma waves were echoing in structured, repeated bursts. These weren't random disturbances. They had rhythm, consistency, and possibly intelligence. Of course, no one is jumping to the conclusion of alien contact, but the question remains, what kind of natural process could generate such precise, repeated energy pulses in interstellar space? It doesn't match anything we've observed from stars, pulsars, or galactic currents. Voyager may have stumbled into a structure, an energetic corridor or boundary in the galactic medium that behaves in ways our physics cannot yet explain. What makes this moment even more powerful is the nature of the probe itself. Voyager 1 was built with less computing power than a modern digital watch. Its memories recorded on 8-track tapes, the same kind you'd find in a 1970 car stereo. It runs on nuclear decay, not solar panels, and yet it has survived the radiation, the cold, the darkness. On board is the famous Golden Record, a time capsule containing sounds and images from Earth, designed by Carl Sagan and others as a message to whoever or whatever might one day find it. Birdsong, A Mother's Kiss, Beethoven, Greetings in 55 languages, a map to our planet. And now, that tiny golden disk is further from Earth than any human artifact in history, still drifting, still waiting. Voyager 1 is more than a machine, it's a mirror. And as it now sails through a region of space where nothing makes sense, where physics bends and the rules blur, it may also be sending us a message. Not just about the universe, but about ourselves. As Voyager 1 drifts deeper into interstellar space, scientists are beginning to notice that the disturbances it records aren't just chaotic noise. They form structures. Plasma waves rise and fall with symmetry. Magnetic field changes occur in rhythm. Radiation spikes echo over predictable intervals. What does this mean? It means Voyager may have entered a region of space that isn't empty, but organized. Not random, not uniform, but shaped. Researchers are calling this possibility a plasma lattice, a kind of unseen cosmic scaffolding that might hold clues to how the galaxy distributes energy, gravity, or even information. The idea isn't new. For decades, cosmologists have speculated that the universe may be threaded with massive but invisible networks of energy. But Voyager may now be the first probe to fly through one and actually feel its presence. The question is, what created this structure? Is it a remnant of a stellar event long past, like the ghost of a supernova? Or is it part of a persistent galactic mechanism we've never before been able to measure? If this is confirmed, Voyager 1 will have provided the first direct evidence that space itself may be built upon an architecture we still don't understand. With no course corrections and no propulsion, Voyager 1 now glides purely under the inertia it carried since 1977. But the fact that it has passed through so many unique cosmic phenomena in its exact trajectory has raised an uncomfortable question among some theorists. What are the odds? Out of all the directions it could have traveled, why did it end up here? Why now? Some speculate that Voyager may have flown through the most information-rich corridor possible without anyone realizing it. A path carved by the solar system's own motion through the galaxy. A lane of probability. A current in space-time. Pure coincidence? Possibly. But the alignment of discoveries, from the heliopause mystery to plasma anomalies to coherent signals, makes it feel almost guided. This has led a few bold researchers to entertain a radical idea. Could there be formational flow in space? Could gravity, plasma, and magnetism not only shape matter, but shape pathways? Could Voyager 1 have become part of a galactic feedback loop, where a system observes itself through our machine? Then, there's something surreal about Voyager 1's continued success. The older it gets, the more powerful its discoveries become. Its instruments are decades outdated, its power dwindling, and yet it's revealing truths that modern telescopes haven't even touched. And that in itself is forcing scientists to reevaluate not just the cosmos, but how we approach it. We often imagine the universe as something we conquer, something we map, categorize, and explain. But Voyager reminds us of something older, deeper, the value of observation without control, of watching, listening, drifting, rather than measuring and manipulating. In its silence, Voyager teaches humility. In its endurance, it teaches patience. And in its impossible discoveries, it teaches wonder. It's no longer just a probe. It's a symbol of cosmic awareness, of the idea that humanity is not just made to look at stars, but to learn from them, even when the lessons come in frequencies we barely understand. Voyager 1's power source, its tiny plutonium core, is fading. Within the next few years, its instruments will go silent one by one. At some point, it will become a dark, drifting object, invisible to Earth and unreachable forever. But before that happens, it continues to send back data. And what it's sending now may be the last great discovery of its long mission. It is detecting energy and motion in regions where there should be stillness. It is receiving patterns in places where randomness should reign. It is behaving not like a lost relic, but like a final witness, recording the breath of a universe that's just now beginning to reveal its true face. When it finally goes silent, Voyager won't just leave behind a scientific legacy, it will leave behind a philosophical one. The memory of a tiny machine that crossed the boundary between what we know and what we don't. And for a moment, listened. Voyager once set out as a machine. It became something more. It became a question, carved in metal, floating in silence, asking the universe if anyone was listening. For 45 years, it has drifted beyond planets, beyond the sun's reach, into a place no human eye has ever seen. And now, in the twilight of its journey, it has touched something impossible. Not a wall, not a signal. A mystery so profound it defies language. It didn't find aliens, it didn't find God, but it may have found the breath of the cosmos. A pulse, a rhythm, a whisper from the very edge of what we call reality. And as its signal grows fainter, as its systems shut down, as it fades into legend, one truth remains. Voyager is no longer just exploring space. It is part of space. And that's what makes this discovery so haunting. Not that the universe is stranger than we imagined, but that it waited this long to begin speaking back. What do you believe Voyager 1 truly found out there? A natural force? A hidden law? Or the beginning of something far greater? Thank you for joining us today on Why. Let us know your opinions in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the video on your screen for more mind-bending content. Keep waiting for another exciting Why adventure, and until then, stay curious and stay tuned. This is Why, signing off.